If you get this job, what procedures and practices would you establish to foster innovation? If I would land to this position, the very first thing I would want to do is to have a deep dive checking on the business processes. It's not that I do not trust the entire processes, but there may be opportunities that can be micromanaged to be more efficient in terms of saving time and possibly finances. For example, our team leads and the managers' workloads can be delegated to their own lines so that they would be more effective in terms of their leadership and management skills, especially to the extent of decision making. I always believe that a manager can work best if he does not have much on his plate. How would you reinforce the value of innovation to the vision of the organization? I can only give you one better answer for this one, and that is to live and lead by example. Since I will be the one to reinforce value of innovation, I should start it to myself and be a role model for the rest. Leaders are commonly being watched, and that alone gives you an idea that you should lead as an example by living the values you want to incorporate or inject to the organization. For example, in terms of delegating tasks, I should not be hesitant to delegate it to one of my members who I confidently think that can handle the job, but I should also not abuse the power of authority by just delegating whatever I have in my plate. Leading to that example, others can simply follow your own work ethics, and eventually the organization will surely have a better work environment. How would you model your behavior, including being receptive to ideas, giving constructive advice, evaluating own work, establishing and maintaining relationships based on the mutual respect and trust, taking considered risks that provide opportunities for innovation? A key to a successful leader is to lead by example. Leaders and managers need to understand that your downline's ideas matter as they initially experience concern and issues. There may be concerns being raised that are questionable, but I suggest that it should not be disregarded, but should be worked out as well for both parties and have a detailed explanation as to why the others are not being pursued. It still all comes down to having a good interpersonal or communication skills because by having this so you can maintain a relationship with your fellow workers. How would you evaluate the physical environment so that it can be enhanced to support innovation and collaboration and collaborating on ideas to make improvements, including in the selection of physical resources and equipment and the design, fit out, and decoration of the workspaces? My approach to evaluating the environment is to check the productivity status per department. I'd want to have a team that would take a look deeper onto the working hours where productivity is at peak and hours where productivity is much lesser than expected. By looking at those data alone, you already have an idea on the contributing factors as to which time or duration you can work to boost up productivity. For example, most of your workers feel tired after their lunch breaks, and one good reason for this is because of the food they take. As a solution, although you may not have the entire control of their food intakes, but you can definitely inform the kitchen or the pantry in your organization to cook less fatty food during lunchtime. You can also conduct or insert short huddles or activities to the team to make them feel alive. It is not just for the workers' benefits but for the organization as well. You can easily report it to the stakeholders that you spread-headed activities during the time instead of reporting low productivity data that might be considered a negative information to them. Would you be making any changes to the workspace to ensure it will encourage innovation? Definitely yes. Comfort will always be the enemy of success. Most of your coworkers may be comfortable enough with their environment that you no longer see them exceeding their goals or expectations. Your team is human. They too would feel exhausted after a few hours of work. And as far as research goes, there's a lot of methods and steps to temporarily change an individual to get back to work. But I like to highlight two which I believe would be beneficial to your company: the play area and the putting natural elements within the premises. The play area serves as recreational activities for the employees. A table may be a good bet for this one. The natural elements like plants, stones, and sand can help stimulate the thinking of an individual. By doing this employees can maximize the time where they feel the most productive at instead of working in the sake of killing the time.